All right, so Miss Stewart, this is my my band teacher, Miss Stewart, and I'm gonna ask you a few questions about the Cold War. When were you born? If that's not too much to ask.
1953.
1950.
It was a very good year.
All right. What does the Cold War mean to you?
The Cold War was a time of political tensions between the USSR and the United States and our allies.
All right. When you were a child, did you hear people talking about nuclear weapons? Yeah.
We did. We heard people talking about them. We had the bomb shelters and that sort of thing happening. We had drills in our schools, you know, just like we have fire drills today.
Yeah.
And it was routine that we would practice diving underneath our desks and putting our hands over our heads and shutting our eyes tight. I remember that part. It was really important to shut our eyes really tight during that time.
Interesting. Okay, how were the general feelings about the weapons? Like, how did you feel about the warnings and stuff?
You know, there wasn't a lot of, at least from what I heard, there wasn't a lot of talk about the weapons exactly. I think they're more controversial now than they were then. I think at that time we were glad to have them because our enemy was very, very real, was very aggressive, and as long as we had those weapons, we had the upper hand.
Right. And
we felt more protected.
Okay. Did you, as a child, did you understand who the enemy was, or?
Absolutely, absolutely. It was the communists, it was the Russians, and anybody aligned with them. It's interesting how it permeated our culture at that time. We saw advertisements on TV, and I remember that there was this one particular shot of a little boy dressed in Russian military uniform, and he was being marched back and forth in front of some adults, and we were told that, you know, the communists would be taking children away from families should they conquer us in any way, and that they would be training them with the communist philosophy. And you know, on television we had, later on, we had a lot of spy movies, and there was a lot of stuff out about spying, and it was all about knowing what the communists were up to, being able to figure it out, how they were trying to get us, that sort of thing. Yeah, it was very embedded in the culture at that time.
When you were younger, did you ever hear or even see yourself a bomb shelter? Like,
no,
no?
Just on television.
Were you afraid of nuclear weapons from like the USSR or Russia? Or,
No, it was more the, I think it was more the philosophy I think we were afraid of. Their belief system. You know, they would wipe out any religion. They were just so adamant about world domination. And it wasn't exactly about how they would do it. It's the fact that they wanted to do it so much.
All right, well, thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks for doing this.
Okay, you're welcome. Thanks for asking.